What's going on, everyone? It's Marcellus back with another video. Today, we're going to be going over optimism, just looking at a little bit of technical analysis, seeing where optimism is going to go next, as in the prices. So, definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. If you want to check out my other channel, definitely check it out. And my next video on that channel will actually be about optimism. It's going to be about the Bogota event that we have inside Colombia on optimism from the 7th to the 14th. So, we're going to talk about that. But anyways, hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. Let's get straight to it, though. So let's talk about optimism here. So we just now hit an important support line here. And actually, if you look at this, this is just a 5-minute chart. So remember, 5-minute chart is very, very short term. But what we do want to look at here is the fact that we did hit this green area. So the green area is a supply and demand area. It's pretty much showing more demand inside of this area. And that is around 0.837. That's where we're at right now. And at the bottom of this area is actually 0.830, so 83 cents. Now, this is definitely a good area for optimism, especially since we're about to hit the bottom of the support. But I definitely see a pump coming soon. And when I say pump, it's not just going to go straight to the moon. But what we are looking at here for optimism is this next area here. So the next red area is the next less demand area, which is where our next resistance will be. And if you actually look at that, we could go up to 0.85, which is 85 cents. So if we do hit 85 cents here inside of optimism, the next area for resistance is here. And high activity is expected in this area. As you can see, this is high activity for large whales. So the high activity for whales is expected around 0.867. So 86 cents, 87 cents, that's going to be a nice area for optimism to possibly pump even more. But this high activity could also be high selling activity, which is why we got to also look at the 15-minute chart from here. So 15-minute chart also shows something a little bit the same, actually. And if you look over here on the oscillator, it is showing after this buying wave, a little bit of selling is about to come in right here. So we could be seeing the lower side of this, which is going to be 83 cents flat. Right now, we're at 0.837. We could be seeing 83 cents flat before we rise all the way back up to here. But then we have more resistance at 0.867 to 0.87. So around 87 cents, that's probably where we're going to get rejected at and then go down even further if we continue to go down from here. Now, we could continue to pump past this, obviously, all the way up here to this 89 cents area. We have higher activity here, but look at all this red. This shows that there's significantly less demand in optimism. And, this is just a short-term technical. If you look at that, if you look at it like that, yeah, we're probably going to be a little bit bearish in the short term. But the immediate short term, you're probably going to see a little bit of a pump, and then you're going to see that pullback after that little pump. So that's what I'm really expecting here for optimism and overall the whole cryptocurrency market. And you can even see that inside of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price is actually falling very sharply here. As you can actually see all the way from 20K all the way down to 19.4K inside of the matter of a few hours, actually, from 20K to 19.4K. So we're really expecting the crypto market to continue to sell off a little bit more. You can even see the 24-hour market control is in control by the bears by 100% when you look at optimism. But what you really want to look at is the 4-hour chart, because you want to know what is optimism doing in the long term and what are we more than likely going to continue to do. So when you look at it from that perspective, we just kind of got out of a high to moderate activity area, and we could obviously see that that activity was more so selling activity. So you can even see here, the second it hits this high activity area here, it starts to have a sharper sell off. Hits a high to moderate activity area, and then it's selling off a little bit slower. So next, where are we going to see our bottom support? If optimism were to completely continue to sell off, think about where we were inside of July. That was like the bottom for us. And that is probably the same area where we could be now. So around July 13th, July 12th, we hit a bottom, and that bottom was actually around 40 cents. So hypothetically speaking, we could continue to drop down all the way down to 40 cents. If we were to continue to become bearish here inside of optimism, then 40 cents would be that next target area if we're going to continue on this path. So I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but we have to look towards the bottom so then we can build that momentum to continue to rise back up. Because when you hit the bottom inside of a crypto, that's where you really build momentum, and that's where people buy the dip. That's where people buy literally at the bottom. So if we're going to keep going on this path, it's best to see out the bottom. But anyways, if you, like I said, July 12th, we almost hit that 40-cent flat area. We're more so around 45 cents. But yeah, like I said, 40 cents is probably going to be that bottom area here for optimism if we continue to go down. And yeah, Bitcoin and no other crypto is exempt for this. For example, if you go over to Bitcoin and you just kind of look at what Bitcoin is doing and where Bitcoin is heading for the 4 hour chart, particularly, you can see 18.2K is that next support. I keep talking about this in all my videos. 18.2K is expected for Bitcoin. But see, if Bitcoin goes to 18.2K, optimism isn't immediately going to 40 cents. If Bitcoin goes to 18.2K, you'll probably end up seeing optimism dropping around to here at this area here, the lower 80 cents, possibly 75 cents to 70 cents. You wouldn't immediately see optimism hitting 40 cents. Now, when you could see optimism hitting 40 cents is the bottom for Bitcoin. And see, when you look at the 1 week chart and you look at the bottom for Bitcoin, well, the bottom for Bitcoin is expected to either be from 10K to 14K. So anywhere from 10K to 14K, we could be seeing Bitcoin bottoming out. And I talk about this in all of my videos. And if you actually look at this, this is the green area for Bitcoin. This is where Bitcoin has the most demand right now. 14K to 10K, that's where our support is. So around that area, that's when you could see optimism hitting 40 cents. So the reason why I'm looking towards the bottoms, I'm not one of those people that just say, all right, look, we're going to go up and we're going to be bullish and nothing's going to stop us. We're going to go to the moon, blah, 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 blah. It's not time for that. It's not time for the moon. Right now, it's time for the pullback. It's time for the supports. And it's time to get all the way down there so then we can build that momentum to go to the moon. You just don't go straight to the moon. You start at the ground level and then you work your way up. Right now, we're like midway falling back down from our previous pump. You got to think about it like a rocket. We pumped all the way up to the moon, and now we're slowly but surely heading back down to Earth. And then when we actually hit the ground, that's where we can fuel up and build that momentum to get right back up there to the moon and beyond, and possibly even to Mars. So that's just an analogy that you have to think about when you're looking at these cryptos, because nothing just pumps, 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 and continues to pump. We pump up to a maximum height, and then we come back down, and then we come back for more. And when we finally hit that 40 cents area, that's probably when we're going to start to build that momentum to get past our all-time highs. So that's just what I think here about optimism in the whole overall crypto market. But yeah, let me know what you all think about this. Definitely go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. And definitely check out my other channel. It's going to be in the first description in the link, or the first link in the description. And you can check that out. It's going to be the Marcellus Travels channel. And the next video is going to be on optimism, because we're actually having a whole event inside of Bogota, Colombia. And really what that channel is for, the Marcellus Travels channel, we're going to be talking about how to become a crypto nomad, how to become a digital nomad in general, and travel the world and do what you want with your life. So Optimism is going to be inside of Bogota. So this is going to be huge from the 7th of October to 14th of October. We're going to go over exactly what they're doing out there. So definitely go ahead and subscribe to that channel if you want to check that out. And as always, I'll be back with another video.